Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As expected for a long time, at least in my books, Iran will look for a nuclear weapon, will change its policy and will look to acquire a nuclear weapon because, as I said many times before, that will ensure your survival or at least not unilateral destruction. Look at North Korea as the clearest example. It would have been already taken under the wing of Al Capone's, the plantation master, a long time ago, like South Korea is, and Japan, and most of Europe. But no, why? Because of the nuclear deterrent. Now, Iran has been thinking about this for a long time, but played ball, I would say. But now they said, if Israel attacks us, we are going to change that policy. That is the nuclear policy. That is, we're going to try to acquire a nuclear bomb. And they're going to visit Pakistan. I wonder why. Now, you know, when it's about acquiring something like this, you don't go and everybody sees you. I'm going to go over there to discuss how these guys are going to give me a nuclear bomb. Remember, Pakistan is owned by CIA. I mean, they do what the fuck ever they want from Pakistan. So, but I'm going to make a little connection because the Saudis are also involved. Saudis said, if Iran acquires a nuclear weapon, we will definitely get one. It's linked to one with another. So let's go to this article that I'm going to start with. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we have Iran saying we're going to go nuclear. We're going to change the policy. That is the, I translate it for you. I'm going to go nuclear if we can. Second, Israel said we are preparing an attack on Iran. Nobody tells us what the fuck to do, which that's a independent sovereign country for you. And including we're going to use any means necessary to defend ourselves, Netanyahu said. Then you got the other guys contacting Pakistan. All right, let's go. Let's go here and read the first article, Sputnik. 3 hours ago today on the 19th, is it 19th? Let me put my goggles. No, man, it's 18th of, I was about to say May, Jesus Christ. Don't listen to me anymore, go. The date got it wrong, the month, like this guy is talking here. Yes, I am. Sue me. Iran may rethink nuclear policy in light of threat from Israel. Let me put my glasses. For several years, the Iranian leadership has stated that it does not intend to create nuclear weapons, and the development of atomic energy is exclusively for peaceful purposes. In response to potential threats from the Israel against Iran's nuclear facilities, Brigadier General, commander of Iran's Nuclear Centers Protection and Security Corps of the IRGC, warned that any aggression against Iran would result in a forceful response, comparing it to the historical True Promise operation, the one that ended Saturday. Iran, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Sabbath. Iran may also consider its nuclear policy in the light of the threat from Israel. And I'm quoting, if Israel attempts to use the threat of attacking our country's nuclear centers as a means to pressure Iran, it is possible and conceivable that the Islamic Republic may consider its nuclear doctrine and policies, potentially deviating from previously announced stances. Got? So this guy was quoted from as saying by Tasnim news agency. You got? So, speaking of Tasnim news agency, the commander asserted that Iran is ready to repel any Israeli attacks on its nuclear facilities, as it has identified the location of all Israeli nuclear facilities. Iran says Iran has no nuclear weapons and is ready to strike at them at any moment in the event of aggression from Tel Aviv. From the very beginning, I'm quoting, Iran was ready to counter threats from Israel thanks to the Okay. So this is what they say. They will redo it. Now what do we have here? We have an article coming from Associated Press, which is 1 day ago, which is the 17th of April. Netanyahu brushes off calls for restraint, saying Israel will decide how to respond to Iran's attack. Correct. Free country, independent, and a little bit loose. So he says here that his country would be the one to decide whether and how to respond to Iran's blah blah blah, brushing off calls for restraint from close allies. That means fuck off. We own you. Just kidding. Israel has vowed to respond to Iran's unprecedented attack without saying when or how. I mean, you're not a dumbass, and they are not. Leaving the region bracing for further escalation after months of unrest. So Israel's allies, no such a thing, have been urging Israel since the attack to hold back on any response that could spiral. These calls were repeated on Wednesday during a visit by our British and German foreign ministers. Why, you came over there so that he smacked you. So there's the point here. You don't tell us what to do. Next article. Israel, from Associated Press, this is again from yesterday, the 17th of April. Israel says it will, that's a promise, retaliate against Iran. Is not it would. No, it will. That is something that will happen with certainty in the future. These are the risks that could pose to Israel. All right. One risk is this right here. But maybe by that time we'll be all sitting in front of Jesus for the judgment day. Next one. DPA International, yesterday. Israeli ambassador warns of strike on Iran's military facilities. This handsome lad right here says that. So he says, announced a counterattack on Iranian military facilities. German ambassador, Israeli ambassador to Germany, Ron Prosor, following the recent announced a counterattack. Israel would not attack civilian targets. No, like in Gaza, no civilian targets whatsoever. Promise, cross my heart, never die. Although Tehran attacks has certainly been aimed at civilian targets, he said. The Israeli response would be against these military facilities of the Mullah and the Ayatollah. Prosor said, speaking in German. Yeah, but they are from... fuck. All right, it says here that but he added that Israel would have to react. It is important for the region that the deterrence is very clear. The deterrence? That's not deterrence. So that was going to happen, according to this, will, right? Warns. Next one. Iran's president to visit Pakistan very soon. Reuters, this was a day ago, correct? And then we have Iran President Ibrahim Raisi to visit Pakistan on April 22nd to meet Shehbaz military leader. Report. Okay? So why are they going over there? Why do they go over there? And the next one, ABC News, April 15th. Saudi foreign minister arrives in Pakistan to discuss how to help with the country's economic crisis. So we're going to give you money. What will you give us? What do you have and we don't have? You can say, well, they have a big market. I never heard of the strong Pakistani economic. But anyway, it's true they have a big number of people and it could be a market. They could invest. But I think they're after something else. It's such a coincidence that these two countries just show up one after another in line for Pakistan. Give us a bomb. It is the money. That's exactly what it is. I'm just saying. And I would like to show you something. I will make a video on that, definitely. We're told that Israel, some people say that Israel has nuclear weapons. Some people say Israel doesn't have nuclear weapons. Israel did not confirm or deny the owning nuclear weapons. From my personal research, that is, reading, talking, and so on, listening, bringing his toy here. He wants to play. I read that in 1960s it was a certain kind of prime minister of was prime minister or foreign minister, I think it was foreign minister of France. He facilitated, France was a nuclear power at that time, facilitated some transfer of something to Israel, as well as the North Korea also has Israel, but that was later. So that's one. You're going to find out the Israeli-French connection in the 1960s, and look at his personal life of that particular individual in 1960s. He was, yes, he was. And that's one. You know, Oswald, that criminal who killed, we know that, JFK, correct, in 1963, is because he was just a crazy, I don't know exactly what, but just crazy. No. Like others, he's just mad. This guy is just the most evil person because it's just the way they are. They have no talents, no skills, no nothing. So it's going to come up now. The nosy Nate. It's going to jump right here, right? Yeah. One, two. Come on, I'm looking at you, and that's why you don't jump. Okay. So we have some people say that I told you. Oh, we're talking about. So let me show you this article out of hair right here, which I was aware with this. That's why I pulled it out. And this is from 2015. Doesn't really matter because when a U.S. president demanded inspections of a nuclear facility in the Middle East and failed. That's all you need to know. No, I'm going to keep going. In July 1963, President Kennedy demanded of the new elected Israeli prime minister that he allow U.S. inspections of Israeli nuclear facility at Dimona to make sure that the plant was, I'm quoting, devoted exclusively to peaceful purposes. U.S. support for Israel would be, and I'm quoting, seriously jeopardized if the U.S. could not get information on doing at the facility, Kennedy said. Kennedy stated his demand in a letter to Levi Eshkol dated July 5, 1963, less than 10 days after this guy became prime minister. The document is in the Israel State Archive and is online at National Security Archive in section titled Israel and the Bomb. That's a little copy over here. Okay? All you need to know. So yeah, it was the mafia, it was, I'm not implying anything. It was the mafia. No, it was not the mafia. It was the, it's coming back. It was Oswald. We know it was Oswald. It was not the guys from the military or from the intelligence community whatsoever. It was not, I said, not. Okay, nobody tried to cover up anything. It was not a cover up whatsoever. It was Oswald. I mean, we know. We already know. We all know, as a friend of mine said, we all know. No, all but me. I'm the tard here. So, Iran will look for that. The Russians, I mean, there are some things that the Russians, obviously, nobody can control about how a country will go about. Remember how Pakistan was the prime minister of Pakistan when India acquired nuclear weapons? What did that Pakistan say? He said, if we have to eat grass, I don't know for how long, and still we will acquire a nuclear weapon, an atomic bomb. I think Iran has more abilities than Pakistan then. But hey, we'll see. Now this is the resultant of what? Escalation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.